The last few days of 2024 have not been great for South Korea, a country that was notorious for how very little fatal airplane crashes it has had throughout the years after the terrible crash of Jeju Air, one of South Korea's best low-cost airlines that claimed the lives of almost everyone on board. Flight 2216 was returning from Bangkok, Thailand on the morning of December 29, 2024, with 6 crew and 175 passengers on board when it skidded off the runway in the town of Muan, slamming into a concrete barrier and bursting into flames when the landing gear apparently failed to deploy, leaving only 2 people out of the 181 on board alive, with many being only identified through their fingerprints due to how fatal the crash was. South Korean transport officials said that the plane ran into difficulties approaching landing, suggesting it might have been a bird strike and bad weather conditions, but many aviation experts are questioning if these were enough to cause such a deadly crash, the deadliest Korea has seen since 1997 with the Korean air crash in Guam. Some experts are also pointing out the almost criminal mistake of was building a concrete wall at the end of an airport runway, seeing as this was the defining moment of the crash, and had the wall not been there, the plane instead would have hit the fence, slid over a road, and stopped in a nearby field. A text sent moments before the crash by a passenger of the Boeing 737-800 confirmed the bird strike. The text read as follows: "Wait a minute. We can't land because a bird or birds caught in our wing." The message was sent at 9 a.m. local time on the Korean platform KakaoTalk, and soon after, the pilot issued a mayday call and was allowed to land in the opposite direction to usual. Currently, the Federal Aviation Administration, U.S. officials, and the National Transportation Safety Board are all working with South Korea's Aviation and Railway Accident Investigation Board to look into this accident to properly know what caused it beyond the bird strike. One of the survivors, a 33-year-old male named Lee Moo, woke up disoriented, asking about what happened and why was he at the hospital, according to his doctors. All he remembers before the accident is having his seatbelt on and nothing else. According to local media, Lee was part of the airplane crew, in charge of passenger service at the back of the aircraft. He suffered a left shoulder fracture and injuries to his head. The other survivor, a 25-year-old female flight attendant with the last name Koo, currently being treated at Aviation Medical Center in eastern Seoul, said in her initial statements that smoke came out of one of the plane's engines and then it exploded. The disaster is a huge national tragedy for South Korea, which was already going through a very harsh political crisis after the impeachment of President Yoon Suk-yeol at the hands of the parliament. Acting President Choi Sang-mok visited the site of the crash on the day of the accident, expressing his condolences to the many victims of the incident, promising to do all he could for the injured to quickly recover. Boeing, the company that manufactured the 737-800 jet, has said they are in touch with Jeju Airlines, whose bosses also gave a public apology on the same day as the president. "We deeply apologize to all those affected by the incident. We will make every effort to resolve the situation," the firm said in a statement. This was all for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Big Aviation for more.